So are you a break in half or add the whole thing?
Add the full thing. You can't break the noodles.
My name's Alyssa Frisby. I'm a chef and a registered dietitian, and you're joining the series Make It Snappy, where we focus on healthy, budget-friendly recipes, and we make them in real time with some of our special guests. Today we're going to focus on making ramen, but putting a little bit of a twist on it and making it healthier. And who better to be with us today than a real-life college student?
Yeah.
This is Emma. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm Emma. I just finished my freshman year at the University of Arkansas, and I am a ramen connoisseur. I eat it all the time. I'm a big fan, so I'm here to learn how to make it a little bit healthier, so I'm not just eating plain ramen all the time.
Well, thanks for joining me today, and I'm really excited to show just a couple of things that we can do to add a little bit to our plates and still keep that same familiar and tasty ramen flavor.
Absolutely.
We're gonna use everything that comes in the package. So have you ever heard the healthiest way to make ramen is ditch the seasoning packet?
Yeah, not a big fan of it though. Seasoning's the best part, yeah.
Yeah, we would have to make up so much flavor if we just immediately started with no seasoning. And if I had to give kind of a quick go-to tip about that seasoning packet, it's that it is high in sodium. So the entire packet is gonna be more than 1,500 milligrams. That's more than what the average person might need in a whole day, not just one sitting. You could always start with a little bit less of the seasoning, but today we're gonna keep that seasoning. We're gonna add some really nutritious vegetables in, and we're gonna stick with familiar flavors while trying a healthier spin.
Sounds great.
Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna cut and then saute some green onion. We just need the white part of the green onion for the saute. We're gonna save the green part for the garnish. Now this is gonna give us that light onion flavor without being too overwhelming, and it's gonna add a lot of flavor. Okay, then I'm gonna add just a little bit of olive oil to this pan. So we're gonna start that, and then we're just gonna add our green onion. So I like to take the back of my knife and scoop, and then that way I keep my hand safe and I drop. Now our next surprise veggie is a mushroom. We want to cut this super tiny, so that way you don't even notice that there's a mushroom in here, but it's gonna provide really great flavor. It's a good source of vitamin D. I'm gonna start by slicing. And we're gonna saute this as well. It doesn't need to cook as long as the green onion, but we do wanna cook out some of the liquid and really maximize the flavor. You could leave your mushrooms sliced if you prefer sliced mushrooms, but right now I'm pretending like we just wanna hide them.
All right.
And the best way to do it is cut it really small so you don't even notice. Okay, and then into the pot. So the white part of our green onion is in, our mushrooms are sauteing as well, and now we're gonna add our secret weapon, which is frozen veggies. I've got corn today, but I always love to have frozen fruits and veggies in my freezer because you can use as much or as little as you want to, and then it lasts for a couple of months as long as you close the bag, put it in a container, and comes in really handy when you want to try to reduce food waste and save a little bit of money.
That's great.
So I chose corn because it's going to hold up nicely with our saute and our noodles. It's also full of fiber. It's a whole grain. It's very nutritious. So because this is frozen, we do need to let it saute for just a little bit. You could steam your frozen veggies in the microwave if you wanted to use something like frozen carrots and peas and green beans. You can go ahead and pre-cook those a little bit, or you can just let your skillet do the work for you as you're cooking down those veggies before we add the water and the noodles. So to make our whole packet of ramen, we're gonna add 2 cups of water. This is 4 cups, so I'm only gonna use about half. We're gonna add this in and let it come to a boil. After our water is boiling, we're going to add our packet of ramen. All right, so are you a break in half or add the whole thing?
Add the whole thing. You can't break the noodles, the best part.
Definitely makes for the most satisfying forkful of noodles. So we're gonna add in our ramen, make sure that we get it submerged. So we're gonna let this cook. We're gonna add that packet of seasoning. So we're not adjusting the flavor as far as taking anything away or changing up our regular seasoning packet. But we are gonna add some good vitamins and minerals and nutrition with adding those veggies in. Okay, and then our last vegetable to go in is something that is not gonna take a long time to cook because of how we're preparing it, and that is gonna be our carrot.
All right.
So we're just gonna grate the carrot into the ramen, and it's gonna be really fine. It's not gonna take a long time to cook at all. So we can cook the carrot as we're cooking our noodles. And I'm just gonna show you right over the top of the ramen, how we're just gonna grate it. Just back and forth. And you can just tap and release the carrot. Right, so carrots are full of vitamin A. They are also one of those super palatable, super kid-friendly or beginner veggie-friendly types of vegetables. So they're a really great option if you want to add in some of those micronutrients with those vitamins and minerals and not really change the ramen too much. It's not going to change the texture, it'll change the color a little bit. So tell me a little bit about what cooking ramen looks like for you when you're at school.
So for me personally, I found myself really using the microwave actually. You know, I got lucky, my roommate and I had a fridge, so we could store all these vegetables if we were to have them, but I always used microwave. I would drink the water when it was done. That was my classic move, and yeah.
But you could still get a really great nutritious meal out of a ramen dish in the microwave.
Awesome.
Yeah. So our carrot is cooked, our noodles are nice and soft. We have one more piece of vegetable to cut, and that was the top of the green onion that we saved. This is gonna have a very light and crisp onion flavor, but it's not gonna be overwhelming. So we're just gonna take our knife again and then just cut it into little rings. That's gonna be our fun little garnish. And you can absolutely use any type of herb like cilantro. You can use some packaged sesame seeds, but we are just trying to use as much of that green onion as possible in our ramen dish. So I'm gonna pour our ramen and our broth into the bowl. And then take the green onion, and we'll both just sprinkle a little bit right on top. Look at how fresh and beautiful that looks. Okay, then do you want to do the honors and taste?
Absolutely. Oh my gosh.
And make sure you get the full noodle twist.
Yeah.
All right.
It's amazing.
Tastes just like college ramen, right? Good. Well, we were able to not only add some good nutrition, like fiber, adding some of those vitamins and minerals by bulking it up with vegetables, but we also made a much heartier meal. So you're gonna be fuller for longer. And if you wanted to add a little bit more protein, it would be really great to add something like a soft-boiled or hard-boiled egg, just to get that extra nutrition in. But it can still be something that, you know, only takes a couple more minutes after that 3-minute cook time that you read on the back of the package. We're just taking a 3-minute meal and we're turning it into maybe a 6-minute meal that is a lot healthier, a lot more visually appetizing, and still fun and familiar. Well, thank you for joining us today on Make It Snappy. We hope to see you again soon as we make more delicious, budget-friendly, and healthy recipes at home.